I'm gonna try, gonna try, gonna try. Work till I die, till I die, till I die. I'm gonna fail and get up, cause I'm not giving up on my dream.
Hi my lovely Frosty fam, it's me Karen Frost at Nail Decadence, and I have a little review video slash haul slash nail art slash everything. Basically, I have this trial kit from SBD London, and it's their sort of polygel type Acrygel, which is called Signature Gel. So Louise sent me this, Louise McGuinness, the owner of SBD London, sent me this trial kit to review, see what I thought about it and give her some feedback. So just letting you know, I received these products free from her, but I'm not being paid to make this video, and all of my opinions are my own. She's not told me that I have to say X, Y and Z, and like I said, I'm not being paid to make this video at all. She just wanted to get my opinion on the trial kit, so I thought I would share it with you all. So I hope you enjoy this video. This is going to be a different kind of one because I'm actually doing I'm using the dual forms on myself. I mean, wow. Oh, I'm just showing you there. Because it's a new brush, I'm just rinsing it in a bit of the slip solution and wiping it off to get this sort of that starchy residue that's in brushes. Anywho, oh yes, the price. So if you head to SBD London on their website, you will see that the mini trial kits are there, and this is the one that I've got. So you get the 3 signature gels, and you get the forms and the slip solution and the spatula, a rubber base coat and the tempering top coat, and obviously the brush as well. So you get quite a lot for your money. Now I don't know about you, but the price is extremely reasonable. I mean, that's a lot for your money. It's basically £45. I think it's £6 for delivery, so you know, £51, and you get all of that. I mean, can't go wrong really, can you? SDS sheets, so talking about, you know, making sure that they are safety regulation safe for the UK, blah blah blah. No, they used to be called MSDS, now they're called SDS, safety data sheets. They're available from Louise upon request. I'm not sure if she's going to put them up on the website or not, but I know that if you just ask her for them, she's happy to send them to you, so that's not a problem. So I'm just going to swatch them all, show you the swatches, and you'll see that they're really nice. Now, what I have noticed, then you'll see I'm testing it after I've cured it for 60 seconds to make sure that they're cured all the way. And as you noticed there, the white wasn't actually cured all the way, and because it's so opaque. Now, even with like black gel polishes and white gel polishes, I always double cure those anyway because they are opaque. So when you've got something that is really opaque, it's always a good idea to double cure it, because it's harder for the light to penetrate it when it is that opaque. So double curing is really essential in those things, so just bear that in mind when you're using an opaque colour, whether it's a gel polish or whether it's a, you know, polygel type product like Signature Gel. Double cure it just to be on the safe side, and you saw there after I double cured it, it was fine. So anyway, so I'm going to show you how I am sizing up the tips for my particular nails. I have hooked nails, which means my nails are very raised, they're very curved, and they're very high, my nail beds. They're not flat at all. So if I put a form on, a dual form on, that fits sidewall to sidewall, there's actually no space because of the height of my nail beds. There's no space for any product at all, so I have to size the tips up quite a bit larger to enable me. You see how much bigger that is? Yeah, I have to size it up to that size, otherwise there's not enough room to product. And once I've sized it up that size, then I can make sure that there's enough product in the dual form to actually give me a decent strong nail. Otherwise it's pointless. See, there's not much space in between, and this size is the largest size, so for my thumb I'm not going to use the dual form because it's not bigger than my nail, which means there's just not going to be enough space for product for my personal nails. If your nails are flat, these are perfect for you, but for someone with hooked nails, we have extremely high curved nail beds, so dual forms are a little bit tricky, but we can get around it. And so I had my little brainwave to just use a tip and place that underneath my nail and just hold it there to sculpt the signature gel over the top of it so that it would match the other nails. If I'd have sculpted it on a form, it wouldn't have matched the other nails because they've got the dual forms excuse me, the dual forms have a curve to them. So if I had sculpted it on a form, nail form, paper form that is, it would be straight rather than curved. So that's why I chose a nail tip that actually has a natural curve in it that would match the dual form, the curve of the dual forms. Oh, that was a lot to talk about, wasn't it? I hope I've made sense there. Anyway, we are on to the prep. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to prep my nails for these products. I start off with pushing my cuticles back. That is the proximal nail fold, or the eponychium technically, but you know, cuticle is what is actually attached to the nail plate, that white skin that we're trying to get rid of right now. Anyway, you start off pushing back the cuticles, and then I go in with my e-file. So I use it on a very low speed. I use these tiny little cuticle bits, and in forward direction I go to the left side of the nail, start in the middle and I go work towards the left. And once I've got around all of the nails, then I will flip it in reverse and I will go around the right side of the cuticle area, removing all of the, yeah, it's dead skin. Cuticle is dead skin that's stuck to the nail plate, so you want to remove all of that, because if you don't and you put product on top of it, it's just going to lift, because product won't stick to skin like that. It won't. Obviously it'll stick to skin a little bit, but it's not going to stay stuck to skin. It will peel away, so that's why we remove the cuticle from the nail plate, because it causes lifting, and yeah, it's just not very nice to leave that under your product. It wouldn't give you a nice application, and it just, yeah, you're going to have trouble getting a decent cuticle area, and you will certainly have huge issues with lifting if you did not remove the cuticle from the nail plate. So that's why we do that. So as you can see, I go through all the fingers, and once I've done that bit, I will basically, I'm etching my nail. Now on my nails I have some residual pieces of acrylic, because I don't like to have to prep my nail over and over and over whenever I do a new set. Therefore, whenever I do a set of nails, I put a thin clear base on first. That thin clear base then allows me to file back when when I'm doing a new set. I just cut the tips off right at the free edge. I cut it all off, the nails off, and then I just e-file it right the way down to my clear base, but I don't remove the clear base. That's why I still have some acrylic, and that pink on, it's not like a saw nail. That's one of the it was one of the polygels that I used before. It was like a dusky rose type colour. So yeah, my nails aren't saw. I've got different bits of different coloured products on my nails, so that's why they look a bit funky. But anyway, yeah, I don't remove all of the product, because like I said, unless it's lifted, that I won't remove it. At the end of the day, I do not want to be filing my natural nail over and over and over and thinning it out, because that's just going to cause major damage. Therefore, leaving that little bit of acrylic there does no harm whatsoever as long as it's not lifting, and it gives your nail that protection, and you don't have to keep prepping your nail over and over and over. Because you think about it, you do your nails every 2 weeks and you prep them every 2 weeks, you're going to thin that nail out so much by the time it reaches the free edge. Can you imagine? So that's why I don't remove all of my acrylic. I don't do soaks off. I don't. And that's why I like to protect my natural nails from damage, because yeah, it makes sense to me. A lot of people remove their nails and then completely, and soak it off and all of that, but yeah, I don't see the point. Unless it's lifted, I don't remove it all. It's always best, in my opinion, to leave a layer on for protecting your nail. Anyway, so I've done all my prep and I've applied the base coat, cured the base coat for 60 seconds, and now I am filling in my dual form. Now, I'm putting a bit too much in this form, to be honest. Can you see that? I'm not really leaving a lot of room for my nail. Not the best idea. But I don't want the nails to be too thin, because I am quite harsh with my hands. Yeah, I'm very naughty. I'm not very careful with my nails. They take a battering, to be honest. I'm heavy-handed. So yeah. So I'm saying because I'm cleaning up the underside, and as you'll see later on, I totally forgot to flash cure the underside. Rookie error, Karen. Rookie error. I mean, how did I forget to do that? I don't know. I think I was distracted whilst I was doing these by my husband and my child. But we soldier on. We soldier on. I will show you my errors every single time, because as I've said before in other videos, I make the mistakes so you don't have to. Learn from my mistakes, but I'm going to show you them because I'm human and I forget to do things just like any other normal human being. I'm not infallible by any means. No, I'm human. I do silly things that need rectifying. Anyway, so I'll continue filling the dual forms with the signature gel, and you'll see that I'm doing 2 fingers. The 2 middle fingers are that what's it called? I've forgotten the name already. That's how bad my memory is. Oh, so bad, isn't it? Misty Rose. It's Misty Rose. So those 2 middle fingers are Misty Rose, and then the other fingers are going to be this blush shimmer. It's really beautiful, this blush shimmer. Oh my gosh. It's got this gold glitter shimmer running through it. It is gorgeous. I mean, in real life, it is stunning. I tried to show it at the beginning of the video in different, lighting settings and stuff, because it's so pretty in real person, gorgeous stuff. And as you can see at this point, I totally did not cure the underside, and there you can see where I haven't flash cured the underside. It's starting to run because of the warmth of my hand. It's starting to slide down and stuff, so she really should have flash cured the undersides, but I'll fix it once they're fully cured. But yeah, don't do that, what I did. Always make sure you flash cure the underside for sure. I also pointed out where I had thin spots in the dual form, where my natural nails are so high and curved. There are some thin spots that I will need to add a bit more signature gel to after I've removed the dual forms, because the nail would just be too weak if I left it that way. It's as simple as that. The nails have to have a decent thickness to be strong, and if they're not, they will snap. And like I said, I am heavy-handed and these are quite long. I've made these longer than you're supposed to. There's this little I don't know, a little knob. Oh, that sounds awful, doesn't it? Oh my god. Ignore me. There's this little bit at the top of the dual form, and it leaves a little hole in the nails after I remove them, because I'm not supposed to go up as high as I did. Yeah, I made them longer than they should have been, because I'm extra. I like my really long nails, and I wanted these as long as I could get them in those forms, basically. But it means I have to fill in the little hole after I move the dual form. It is what it is. What am I doing? Oh yes, so I put the nail tip underneath my free edge and sort of just held it there with my index finger whilst I built out the nail tip. And now I'm going in with a larger bead and towards the cuticle area, and just pattern press. Use your slip solution. If you feel your brush getting sticky and it's sticking to the product, dip into your slip solution, but I tend to dip and sort of tap it onto the towel, the paper towel that is, to get off the excess liquid, because you don't want to use loads and loads of liquid, but you just need enough to make your brush slip and slide. That's what it's there to do. But you don't have to drain the nails in slip solution. And this stuff smells amazing. The slip solution smells like baby powder, and even after a week of wearing the nails, they still smelt of baby powder. It is awesome. If I could just drown all of my desk in that baby powder slip solution, I would. It smells gorgeous, and like I said, the smell stays on the nails. I don't know how, but it does. It's amazing. So you can see those little holes in the tip of my nail, the teeny weeny little holes. That's from the dual forms, because I went too far along, like I mentioned before. So anyway, I have cured both the top and the underside of the nails now, so they are cured all the way this time. And now I have to tidy up that mess that I made underneath, all because I didn't flash cure it. So it's my own fault, but like I said, I'm going to show you where I go wrong, therefore you won't do what I did. Please don't do what I did, because this was so tedious. I mean, seriously, tedious. Whilst you watch me tidy up my mess, I thought I would just give you some tips on how to use the dual forms. So when you're applying product, don't put as much in as you saw me do. It's not necessary. That's why sort of the underside is such a mess, because I put too much and I didn't flash cure it. But also, when you're doing the cuticle area of the dual form, make sure it's quite thin there, so that you don't get a huge lip around the cuticle area after you remove the dual form. I didn't do too badly with it, but I did have to file my cuticle area to smooth it down a bit. But that's also partially due to me having to size up the forms to make them fit my particular nails, But yeah, so this stuff files so nicely, really, really nicely. It's all polygels are softer than acrylic, so they file like a gel product. So it's like really, really soft compared to acrylic products, and that's standard across the board for whatever brand you use. They're all much softer than acrylic. So they are a hybrid product. They're a hybrid between acrylic and gel. So you get the best of both worlds, I suppose, in a polygel Acrygel type product like Signature Gel. So yeah, filing's not too bad. It doesn't take too long. if you were not going to do what I'm going to do, which is add a bit more, at this point you could just shape them up, and instead of filing over the surface, you could just buff it with a buffing block and then apply your top coat, because the surface is shiny, so your top coat's not going to stick to it. So you would have to, even if you didn't need to file your cuticle area, you would still need to buff the surface of the nail so that you could apply your top coat. But I'm going to be doing a few different things with these, so yeah, I'm going to be doing a bit of foil, you know, got to do something, you know me, I don't do plain, and I'm going to do a bit of, you know, 3D. So yes, I'm just going to let you watch. Oh no, I'm finished now. So yeah, finish filing the surface just to make it rough so that I can then apply a bit more. So on those thin spots, they concern me, and I didn't want the nails to break, so I'm adding a little bit more of the signature gel wherever it's needed, and also to fill in those little holes at the free edge, the very end of the nail, because, you know, like I said, I'm extra and I went longer than where I was supposed to go on those dual forms. You know me, I'm always going to do things and make my life harder. I don't do easy. I've never done easy. This is me. This is supposed to be an easy thing, and I made it 10 times harder because this is what I do. It's never just a simple bish bash bosh with me. I'm always doing something more than was more than what was needed. That's kind of me all over, bit extra with everything. So yeah, I'm just doing what I did before, but I'm doing it on the actual nail. So applying just wherever I need it, wherever it's thin, and to fill in my little holes at the tip of the nail, I would just use my slip solution and pat and press that signature gel wherever I need it to go and smooth it out, so that when it comes to filing, I literally only have to buff over them to get them nice and ready for the next stage or top coating. I have already filmed another video using signature gel on hand dolly with the dual forms, so that I'll edit that one probably next, or well, there'll probably be a video in between this one and the next signature gel one, but anyway, it will be uploaded soon because I'll be getting on with the editing, and you'll see the difference of me applying the dual forms onto hand dolly to how it fits so much nicer than it does on mine. Hand dolly doesn't have hooked curved nails like mine are, so it's much easier to use the dual forms on hand dolly basically, but I wanted to show how to do it on me, because, you know, you do get clients that have curved nails, or you could be a home user wondering how to use dual forms on curved hooked nails. So I thought it would be, you know, a good idea to show you how I do it on myself and get around having those really hooked nails. And it is possible. It's more of a faff than it should be on standard nail beds, but it's doable, you know, you can do it. So that's all I wanted to do, was show the difference between standard nail beds and hooked nail beds, so that you can see they're not really made for us hooked nail people. It's just, yeah, there's not enough. The forms would have to be much deeper to cater for curved, you know, hooked nails people, and the only way around that is what I'm doing now, is to add further product to those thin areas to make sure that the nails don't break. That's the only way I can see around it. If anyone else has any ideas, you know, let me know. I'll be happy to hear of them. But for me, this is the only way I could find to get around it, was to size up the dual forms and then add any extra product when needed afterwards. So, but I'll show you, like I said, I will show you on the in another video on Hand Dolly how much quicker and easier it is when you don't have hooked nail beds, when you just got standard normal nail beds. A lot easier. But I mean, these still came out cool though. I really liked them and they lasted well. They did, but that extra effort was worth it because they didn't break. I was so pleased about that. I wore these for a good 2-3 weeks and didn't break them, not one. It was awesome. And I don't think that would have happened if I hadn't have, you know, added that bit of extra on those weak spots. Definitely not. They wouldn't have lasted. No way. And I've seen other videos from other people using dual forms, and even Susie at Nail Career Education, she did a set of dual forms on one of her clients, and her client's nails all broke, and it's because they just weren't thick enough. So yeah, taking that little bit of extra time to just pad out those thin areas and make sure that you know the structure of the nail is there is definitely worth it. You know, you compare the time to redoing the nail completely because it's been broken to just adding this bit of extra product before, you know, your top coat. Makes sense to me. So that's my logic of, you know, that's how I work. That's how my brain works. I don't know how yours works, but that's how mine works. So once I finished all of those adjustments and adding of product, I cured it all for 60 seconds and then use some of that slip solution to remove the tacky layer, because it does have a tacky layer, with it being a gel and acrylic hybrid product. And now it's just a quick shape up to just smooth over that surface. Not too much filing to do at all, just blending in the new product on top of the old product, but obviously not filing too much of it away because that would totally defeat the purpose. So look, there we go, that nail's done. Move on to the next one. So it wasn't a lot of filing to do afterwards at all, like I said, not a lot. Oh, I'm using some of this. This is the SBD London candy floss colour, what do you call it? Oh, I've totally forgotten what it's called. Putty, nail putty, that's the one, nail putty. It's really cool stuff. But first, we'll do some foils. So all these products are SBD London. These nail forms foils are from SBD London as well as the foil gel. So it comes in that box that I showed you of all different floral transfer foils. So yeah, really cool. So add on my foil gel, cure that for 60 seconds, and as soon as it comes out of the lamp, whilst it is still warm, get that foil on that nail straight away. Do not let it cool down, and just rub that out. And you see I sort of pull it and straighten it to get the creases out. You'll see I'm trying to make sure I push it down all the way around and get those creases out, and then once you do that, it takes all of the picture. Amazing, no gaps. Trying to get a whole nail of transfer foil was so hard before I got the foil gel. With the foil gel I can do it, not a problem. I can get a full nail of foils. It's awesome. No missing bits. Love it, absolutely love it. As you saw, I applied the rubber base coat over the foil. Now the reason why I do that is because two reasons. Rubber base coat is thick, it's thicker than top coat, and number two, it has a tacky layer. So I apply that over the foil to give it, you know, extra protection, and then because it's got the tacky layer, I can still add my top coat over that without having to worry about the second coat, you know, peeling off. Because sometimes if you're using a tack-free top coat, sometimes the top coat can not stick to the first layer, you know. So I like to avoid that, and like I said, because I like my foil to be protected, rather than doing 2 top coats, I just do 1 rubber base coat on top, which is nice and thick, and then put my top coat over that, and it works. I don't lose any of my transfer foil. It's all protected underneath those 2 layers, and yeah, lovely job. But yeah, anyway, you saw I put some crystals on. They're really cute. You can get these from Louise McGuinness as well. She has these crystals. I can't remember what they're called though. I'm really sorry. I took them out of the pot and I don't remember what they were called. But I'm using my SBD London diamond gel as usual to apply my crystals, and using my fine liner brush to apply the top coat around the areas of the crystals where I can't reach with the brush from the bottle, because you don't want to top coat over your crystals. It will dull the shine because it ruins the facets of them, of the crystals basically. So I'm going to take some of this putty. Now a lot of people roll this stuff in between their fingers. I highly recommend you don't do that, because at the end of the day it's uncured product that you are rubbing on your skin. Use a glove like I did, or whatever you know, the backing of a form or something. I just used a glove and used that to roll my putty into a ball. Do not do it in between your fingers on your skin unless you're wearing gloves, because like I said, uncured product does not belong on skin. Please don't do that. We like to avoid getting allergies and contact dermatitis as much as possible, so yes, not on skin. So I'm flash curing each layer of those petals. So I take the tiniest amount of that putty, I roll it around on that glove into a ball, then I pop that on the nail, and then I'll use my brush with a bit of the slip solution. This brush is also available from SBD London. It's a really cool brush. It works well, as you can see. And I pat those petals out and I flash cure in between. Now this one I haven't flash cured because I know the other ball is going to go on the other side of the flower, and it's not going to be touching the petals, not going to be touching the other one I just did. So that's why I didn't flash cure that one. But now that those 2 are done, I will flash cure it. I'm only flash curing for like 5-10 seconds, not long at all. And then I'll add another bead, as you can see. Now this is on top of, remember I'm applying this on top of the top coat, so I'm not going to be top coating this nail once I've finished, because I've already top coated. And it's stuck like cement. It didn't come off at all. It adhered, this stuff adheres well, really well, even to the shiny top coat. Not a problem at all. Now for the very center little ball of putty, I will switch to my silicone tool because it's pointy. I couldn't, the brush would have been too big to make that little hole, and I made that little hole. I've not cured it yet, and I'm going to use a crystal for the middle of the flower. So I've just put that in. Now unfortunately, whilst I was finishing this 3D design, my camera battery died and I didn't notice. I'm really sorry. So it's going to cut off now whilst I'm doing the leaves, and I'm really sorry. Oh, it's my memory card that was full. I thought it was the battery. Oh well, there you go. Memory card was full. I edited this a bit quite some time ago and I just hadn't voiced over. But anyway, yeah, really sorry. But as you can see, all I did was do those leaves, and then I added some crystals, like so it looks a bit like a stem of the flower, and that was it. That was all you missed, but it wasn't too much. So anyway, now that we are at the end of the video, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. Thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you to all my wonderful subscribers, and if you've not subscribed yet, why not? Go ahead, it's free. Subscribe now. hit that notification bell so that you are notified on the next time I upload another video. And if you've enjoyed this video, please by all means hit that like button, and if you feel like it, leave me a comment. I'd love to talk to you. Thanks again for your support. That's all I've got for this time, peeps. Take care now, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Bye for now.